Welcome to the show today, everybody. I got a great topic, man. The topic today is friends. Do you need friends? I mean, what are the benefits of friends? You know what I'm saying? If you think back in the day, we'll start with elementary, man. Back in the day, friends was cool. Play with toys and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Ride bikes. It was all innocence back then, so it really didn't matter. You skip up to middle school, you needed friends, or at least where I went, you needed friends for fights, pick up basketball games and all that. You know, back we had a lot of gangs, neighborhood gangs, so you didn't want to get jumped. So yeah, we got it was good to have a friend at that time. So middle school, yeah, friends was cool. Let's go to high school. High school, yeah, you don't want to be soloed out looking like you weird. Everything in high school was clicky back then. There was cliques. If you was by yourself, so yeah, they'll look at you crazy. So you needed friends in high school too. College, if for people that went to college, that's when it starts getting a little shaky. Like I don't think you need friends in in the college situation. Well, basically, we'll say after high school, because man, with my experience, all my friends after high school, they all changed. I'm gonna go down one by one, of course, without naming names, but I'm gonna just give you the situations of what happened to me, how they changed. We'll start with my first friend. His name is K. In high school, that's where I met K. He was cool. I mean, we clicked, man. We liked the same music, sports teams, and all that in high school. Everything was awesome, you know what I mean? And yeah, and then in college, when college came, he became my roommate because I thought he was cool. You know, we was cool, damn near brothers all throughout high school. So I was like, yeah, this would be a perfect roommate. So because I had mine. Let me give you the situation. I was kind of different from everybody. I had my mom's helped me, so I'm gonna start with that. I couldn't have did it alone, but with the help of my mom, after high school, I had my own spot. I had my own 2 bedroom apartment, kind of in the hood, but kind of not. In one of those gray areas where it could get hood, but most of the time it's not hood. So I had an apartment, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I mean, and it was, man, I was doing my thing. And then I was like a couple years in, maybe 21, 22, I got a roommate, which was K, the dude that was cool in high school. Let me tell you, man, this nigga was nasty, man. I mean, I'll start off with the nastiness. Dude never cleaned up after himself. He literally lived with me, or we were literally roommates for like how many years? We we was roommates for like I'll just say 3. I'll just say 3 years, man. In 3 years, dude never cleaned nothing. Nothing, man. Nasty dude. Bathroom. I'm not even playing. 3 years. I wasn't gonna clean up after this nigga. So 3 years in, he never cleaned the bathroom. Never cleaned the kitchen. Nothing. Ah man, I'm just thinking about that. It was crazy. I'm glad I'm past that stage of my life. But yeah, man. Also, he was I don't know, man. He just wasn't trustworthy after that. But it really didn't get too much past the nastiness at the college age. So that's the way he changed there. But when we get to niggas getting married like in our mid 20s, and let me tell you guys out there, don't get married in your mid 20s. I agree with all the dudes, all the podcasts and everybody. Don't get married until you're about 39, late 30s, mid 30s. I even give you that mid 30s because you don't get married young, man. You gotta have fun, enjoy the world, and all that. But anyway, so I got married in my mid 20s, so that's another when he took it to another level of change. The dude K, he got weird on me at that point. He was like basically instigating verbal fights with people between me and people and stuff like that. And yeah, and he just wasn't trustworthy, man. You just get that feeling, and I had that feeling about him. Dude was not trustworthy. And then after that, man, in our 30s to the next level where I just cut ties with him. We in our 30s, right? He comes to me and he's doing some childish high school shit. Like, oh, so and so said this about you. A 2/3 ass nigga. And you can look up 2/3 nigga to find out what it is. I don't got time to explain right now. But my audience, hopefully the audience I'm searching for, they know what 2/3 are. So he was a 2/3 nigga basically, man. Instigating. Niggas in high school. I'm sorry, niggas is acting like he in high school, and I'm like well into my 30s at this point. And plus also, I was smoking weed at that point. I started smoking. I smoked from my first weed was from 21 all the way up to about 35, 34, 35. So he was also a bad influence because I wanted to quit smoking. I don't know if you smoke weed out there, but it's really hard to quit. Don't believe nobody when they say it ain't addictive. That shit is addictive. And not only is it addictive, but the shit makes you lazy. I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad here. It makes you lazy, and it just makes you hungry too, man. You'll be unhealthy. You'll be eating unhealthy shit all the time. So I was like, man, I need to get. I put two and two together. Them two things alone made me not want to hang out with that nigga anymore. Period. I mean, I really cut ties. He was a weed head like me. I wanted to quit, so I just had to stop hanging around other weed heads. He's sitting there instigating. Niggas is grown ass men. Grown stinking ass man instigating, man. That's crazy. So I ain't talked to that dude ever since. It's been over 11, 12 years. And it's been great. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, the friend number 2. This was a friend I had in elementary school. He was a Mexican cat. We're going to call him M. We was tight, man. Shared all our toys. He was cool, man. I used to spend the night over. This was back in the day when people spent the night over people's house all the time. We always ate all up everything in their fridge, until we got sick. Watched hella movies, played hella video games, toys, all that. So he was cool all through elementary. And then we didn't become cool. He started tripping out in our early 20s. This dude was weird because he wanted to control. He was acting like we was dating or some shit. No homo ass shit, but he was just acting like nigga, wanting me to trying to control who I hang out with and shit. Basically, if I hung out with somebody that he didn't want to hang out with, he'd have an attitude and just start acting weird, acting like a straight bitch basically. And then that shit just got worse over the years. He just started getting weirder and weirder over the years. So I cut him off. He didn't do drugs or nothing. He was a positive dude to be around as far as the drugs and all the vices type shit. But he just acted weird, dude. You ain't finna control me, nigga. I knew better than that at 20 something. I ain't gonna let no motherfucker control me. So that's that, man. I mean, I talk to that nigga on Facebook sometimes, rarely. And it's even weird to this day. We're in our 40s. And the conversation will start off cool, but the dude is kind of bipolar. Like he'll say, I don't know. We'll try to set up a lunch. And then you talk to him a day later, he'll just act weird on you. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people out there like that. Yeah. Friend number 3. We're going to call this nigga Smooth. Nigga was smooth, hilarious. He wanted them type of friends. He was one of them type of friends and still is that try to, he act the same. He never changes type nigga. Like I was friends with him very quick for a short period of time. And then I caught on to the nigga. I caught on to his bullshit. He was basically one of them using ass niggas. He never gived, always received. As far as that nigga never brought nothing to the table. Basically, he'll smoke all your weed, drink all your drink, need a ride home, no car having ass nigga. The nigga is like 40 something and still don't have a license to this day. Now I know all of you know a nigga like that. And yeah. And recently he tried to get money out of single ass women. That's what this nigga does. He tries to get money out of single moms on the internet. That's why we calling him smooth. He talks smooth to the single, down and out women online. And of course he trying to get in their pants at the same time, but he mainly trying to get a little cash app shot. Try to have them girls send him like, them women send him like 30, 40 bucks. Usually you hear that it's the females that want the 40 bucks. But he's trying to be the nigga to get the 40 bucks. You know what I'm saying? And then this girl put him on blast. This chick with kids put him on blast because she let that nigga borrow some money. And he didn't give it back. She went crazy on the nigga. That nigga gone from the internet right now. Hiding under a rock somewhere. One of them type of niggas that like to post a lot of bullshit every day. Try to be a clown. But when he let that chick borrow money and she got on him, got on his head, that was it. He left. This next friend, we about to go into a music break real quick, but let me tell you about this next friend real quick. So you see my point. Friends ain't shit, man. You don't need friends. Let me tell you about this one real quick, and then we're going to go into a music break. And I'll tell you about a few more. Because I know you guys got friends like these. I know I can't be the only one. So this dude we're going to call Jay. He was a dude I work with. We worked at Costco together. Same age, basically. Same taste in women and all that. Music, style, clothes, everything. And he was cool. I actually thought he was cool for years, man. This nigga was cool for years. College years, cool. Late 20s, cool. Early 30s, cool. Early 40s, cool. And then he just tripped out. It might have been a life event. I don't know, man. He just tripped out. I can't call that one. But his friends like that too. You don't need them either. If they trip out, let them trip out. So what ended up happening with this dude, he ended up blocking me on social media one day. Nigga did me a favor because I've been wanting to block him, but I didn't want the nigga to act like a hoe and try to cry about it or whatever. So I was like, I'll just not talk to him, whatever. But he blocked me. He did us both a favor. But yeah, let's go into this break, man. And then I'm going to get into some more friends, history, and then I'm going to summarize it and tell you the point. This song is called Cold Like Green Bay. Check him out.
I can't do it by myself, not without Yahweh's help. Just to get through the day, I don't do the gunplay. I only do it one way. Yahweh, but Yahweh. You might do it halfway, but I go all the way, every day, hey. You could get the smoke like an ashtray. I make the sword dance like a ballet. If you go dumb on the freeway, I'ma get cold like Green Bay. I'ma get cold like Green Bay. I'ma get cold like Green Bay. If you go dumb on the freeway, I'ma get cold like Green Bay. I'ma stay humble. You can stay in the concrete jungle. I'ma chill with my wife and my kids. I'ma be circumspect. You can do it real big. You post every day. Facebook and the gram. Tell the world about your life. get cold like Green Bay.
Hey, get cold like Green Bay. I like that one right there. Yeah. I've never been to Green Bay though. I'm gonna let this roll a little bit more. Hey, quit playing with my equipment. That's some expensive equipment there. Girl, get out of here. Hey, y'all, that's my daughter acting a fool, cutting up on her dad equipment. But anyway, let's get back to this friend's topic, man.
We're back with the Jahn Eamiq Show.
And I hope y'all enjoyed that song, man. You can find it on the website. But anyway, I thought about this friend while I was on a break. While we was on break, man. This one cat at work, one of my jobs. I call this the dude on the under. He must have been the dude on the under because we always joked around, talked. We worked out together and everything. Of course, I didn't get dressed all the way, man. I just came out with the towel. I'm surprised I did all that, but I was always at least covered up on the bottom half. I don't be messing around in them gyms, man. It'd be some crazy shit. It just feel crazy in them gyms. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you know, you always got that feeling, man. When we was in the gym, you just feel like niggas is kind of side watching you and shit. That's why I call this dude the under friend, you know what I mean? And also another indicator of that why I think this dude was on the under is because he a closet dude, is because he I don't know what we was talking about, but we talked about that movie. He asked me, did I ever watch Brokeback Mountain? I was like, hell no, I ain't never watched that movie. I was like, you watched that movie? Yeah. He said it with confidence. Yeah. And then also he I'm sure you guys heard this before, where you talking about you wouldn't suck a dick for $1 million. Hell nah, I wouldn't suck no dick for $1 million. Hell nah, I'll be fucked up for life, dude. It ain't worth it. He was like, I forgot if he answered it, but he never said he wouldn't. So that's the under friend right there. So you guys see a pattern here, man? You see what I'm trying to tell you? Fuck a friend, man. I don't got friends. I got business partners. You know what I'm saying? Even some extended family, a lot of extended family. I don't fuck with either unless I have to, like at a function or something. But as far as borrowing shit, hanging out, I don't really do that, man. It's just my family, you know, the people that live with me and my parents and siblings. That's pretty much all I got tolerance for. You know what? Let me look up friend on Google and see what it says. Here on Google it says, friend, a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. I ain't got none of that with none of them cats. You know what I mean? And I ain't knocking you if you do, if you go that way. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Even the dictionary agrees with me. That's crazy. All right, let's look at some news today. What we got going on in the news? All right, we got rain falling in Southern California, threatening areas of drought-stricken state with possibilities of flash floods. Man, that's CERN all day, man. Because out here, I'm up in the Northern California area in Sacramento. And out here, man, it's hot as hell, dude. It's like it's been 110 degrees. It's been record-breaking heat waves out here the last week. 115, 110, 109 degrees in Northern California. But at the same time, in Southern California, rain falling, flash flood warnings, That gotta be CERN, dude. That's CERN all day. They can control the weather. I believe that shit. I believe in that. The flat Earth thing, I'm still looking into that because every time people talk about it, it starts to make a little more sense. But this is the CERN, yeah, that shit's going down. That don't make no sense. In the same state, flash flooding in one part of the state, and then heat waves in another part of the state. We all on the West Coast. Wow. Let's look at some more news. All right. Queen Elizabeth died today. So that tells you what day it is. I mean, let's read a little bit about it. Elizabeth II was Queen of the United Kingdom from 1952 to September 22. She reigned for 70 years, almost 71 years. I don't give a fuck. Why is people so infatuated with the queens and the kings and Meghan and Prince Charles and whoever the fuck? I don't care. Why do people care about that in America or whatever? Especially black folk. I don't think we care too much. I don't think we care too much about them. But I talked to some white folks and they gives a damn about them. Actually, I take that back. I talked to some white folk and they was, some of them was caring about them, some of them didn't give a fuck either. I don't get it. What the hell they got to do with us? I feel bad for anybody dying, but what the fuck she do for anybody? Moving on. I'm looking for more news, but all everybody talking about is Queen Elizabeth, so I guess the news segment is over. Because I'm not talking about her no more, dude. She ain't did nothing for me. Ain't did nothing for nobody that I know. I don't get the entertainment in her and the royal people. I don't know. Maybe it's some Disneyland fantasy shit. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a break, man. It's a good time for a break.
The Jahn
Let's play
Eamiq
another one of
Show.
these joints. This one is called 1/3.
Shout out to my 1/3.
Check him out.
A shout out to my 1/3. This is what we go through. 1/3. This is what we go through. 1/3. Them 2/3 be hating, man. Yeah. Them 2/3 be hella lying. Yeah. Pulling on me like a crab in a bucket, trying to pull me down. Steady doing dumb shit.
Man,
Yeah.
you must be a 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Why you wanna know where I live, dude? Why you wanna know how much money I make?
Yeah.
We're worrying about my personal shit. You know what I mean? Lame ass asking how my wife doing and shit.
1/3.
You don't even know my wife. You know what I mean?
1/3.
You don't even know me.
This a shout out to my 1/3. A shout out to my 1/3. This is what we go through. This is what we go through.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how much that car cost, man?
What? What you mean?
How much you be making a year?
Dude,
Yeah,
why
man.
all in my business like
Hey,
that?
man, what's his name was talking about you.
Dude, I don't care,
I wouldn't
dude.
hang around him if I was you, man. He was talking
I
about
don't
you
even
the
hang
other
around
day.
that dude anyway.
Them 2/3 be hating, man.
Yeah,
Them 2/3 be hella lying.
yeah,
Pulling on me like a crab in a bucket, trying to pull me down. Steady doing dumb shit.
Man,
yeah.
you must be a 2/3. You know what I'm saying? We're back with the Jahn Eamiq Show.
Yeah, that's that new 1/3 track dedicated to my 1/3s, my fellow 1/3s. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed making that one too. But so man, to wrap it up, man, friends, like I said, your only friends should be if you married with a family, that's your friends. your wife, your husband, your kids. Those are your friends. If you single, bachelor life or bachelorette life, your friends is your parents and your siblings. I'm gonna just keep it simple like that. Yeah, you can have some work friends, that's cool, but ultimately, you can't really tell them nothing because they'll turn around and stab you in the back trying to get that promotion. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people at work, man, I call them networkies. You just can't tell anybody anything, man. Really. This brings me back to somebody I work with. I mentioned a dude earlier in the show. I think I called him Jay. We worked at Costco together, man. I thought we was cool. I mean, I guess we was cool. I let him get studio time. We did music together and all that. But he paid for his own time too. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the money shot to me back then. I was hella struggling back then. Hella struggling. You know I'm from Cali when I say hella. But anyway, man, look what this dude did though. I work with him, so we were colleagues at work. We were cool. I thought, I was younger, naive. I thought I could tell him anything. We went and, saw girls together. I hooked him up with girls. He hooked me up with girls. We was friends like that. So I'm thinking it's cool. So years later, I tell him about this one chick. I just felt like this chick was feeling me at work. And the chick was his sister's best friend. And I don't know what I was thinking. I guess that's just because I was young and naive. I was telling him, man, she cool, man. For some reason, I just could feel that she feeling me, man. I feel that she liked me a little bit. The way she looking at me, the way she talking. And then that was it, man. It wasn't nothing big. I told him that, and then I dropped it after that. Never brought it back up again. Years later, which makes this corny as fuck. Probably like 10 years later, the fool invites me to a party. His mom or something threw a party, and that girl was there. This fucking punk ass nigga. Excuse my language. I know I've been cussing all during the whole show. I'm gonna try to work on that. You don't want to cuss too much. But you feel what you feel, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this dude gonna tell her at the party what I said, and it's crazy because I could tell he told her what I said, just the way she was looking at me. She didn't even speak to me, basically, at the party. So that told me that he told her what I said. Lame, dude, to tell a chick that. What's the point? He's a square hater type of dude. Quote unquote friend. So yeah, I'm glad the dude cut me off as far as block me. I wouldn't be surprised though if the dude try to contact me in the future. You know how bipolars niggas be. And bipolar girls be. They'll hate you, block you 1 minute, and then, a few years later they'll come back trying to missing you. Because they can't see what you're doing, so they'll try to be your friend again. I think I had that a couple times. And then I'm thinking about this other situation, which was funny. I was in a rap group. We was in like a trio rap group, right? We put out a project in about 1998, right? These years are for real. In 1998, we put out a cassette tape. That's how old it was. Cassette tapes were in back then. And CDs. Niggas was still using cassette tapes. I was ahead of my time though because nobody was putting out anything on regular cassettes. But we put out a project on a cassette tape, right? We all paid for it, I guess, from what he cried about in his post. But we all paid for it. And then that was that. We all got an equal share. I handled all the stuff, the phone calls. I did the recording. Now that I think about it, I covered all the recording studio. I made the project possible. But he come back 20 years later, 22 years later. We'll just say 20 years later. This fool comes back with a post online. Put the project up. Showed a picture of the project, so it was a straight direct shot at me. And on the post, the hater said, "Yeah, yeah, man. Know what I'm saying? I put out this project. Know what I'm saying? And this fool didn't even give me credit 20 years ago. Know what I'm saying? Nigga, what kind of shit is that? 20 years later, you gonna complain about that, dude? You should have told me 20 years ago." I had to block the dude, man. I didn't feel bad at all. I just try to keep that negative energy away from me, man. That's what it's all about, dude. That's what I realized life was all about as I got older and wiser. Cut out all the negative shit. People, vices, drugs, whatever, weed, alcohol. If you can't handle it, if that's negative to you, it's negative to me. I drink every now and then. On occasion, I don't smoke no more just because I ain't knocking nobody to smoke. Do your thing. But it's just, I can't. I'm too lazy when I smoke. But yeah, man, just in conclusion, man, block out those haters, man. Block out those vices. Block out the negativity, man. And you don't need friends. You just need not even extended family, but your inner family, your primary household is all you need, dude. And networkies and business partners. Grow up, man. You don't need a friend. I'm out. This is Jahn Eamiq. I hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time.
You've been listening to the Jahn Eamiq Show.
Yeah, I'm going to play another song. I didn't want this show to end on 33 minutes. Check it out.